Historic monuments have been rebuilt, and economic activity is starting to pick up. In Timbuktu in central Mali, the jihadist threat still looms, but some locals are already celebrating the likely departure of UN peacekeeping troops, known as MINUSMA.
MINUSMA is there to maintain peace and stability, but we see that it's failed in every respect. MINUSMA has failed. We have not noticed a considerable change in the situation in relation to peace and stability.
Not all residents feel this way.
I think that the impact MINUSMA has in Mali is indisputable. It's visible. It is visible.
Some cite economic arguments in support of the UN's presence. MINUSMA employs thousands of Malians, for example, as translators, drivers, and analysts. It was set up in 2013 after an armed offensive by jihadist groups from the north of the country. But since then, its scope has been drastically reduced by the ruling military, now supported by the Russian paramilitary group Wagner. On June 16th, the Malian authorities called for the immediate withdrawal of the mission.
Malheureusement, la MINUSMA semble devenir.
We have no choice but to come to the objective conclusion of the 10-year assessment of the presence of MINUSMA, which has not been able to provide adequate response to the security situation in Mali, and whose prospects for continued presence do not meet the security imperatives of the Malian people.
In recent months, some protesters have demanded that MINUSMA leave, while others have called for it to stay. Some fear the departure of the peacekeepers could lead to a security vacuum.
We all know that the relationship between Mali and France has been very, very troubling. In fact, they have gone head-to-head with each other. And Mali has accused France of carrying out activities that goes against Mali's interest. You know, France was in Mali for more than 10 years, right? And before they were kicked out by the Malian junta, they were unable to resolve the issues that brought them to Mali. They came to Mali citing insecurity, and they promised to bring back security to Mali. They promised that they were going to make sure that Malians can live peacefully and happily in Mali. That they were going to push back on these insurgency groups that are destabilizing Mali. But after 10 plus more years in Mali, they had nothing significant to show forth for the length of time they were in Mali. And so the Mali military junta had no choice. They really had no choice but to say, go away. Like I have said like 1,000 times, right? There is no point keeping an unproductive employee. There is no point keeping them. If an employee is unproductive, if they can't get things done on time, if you can't even see a simple task to the end, then why should we keep them? Or what's the point of keeping them? It's better for everyone if they just go. So there was this article that explained in detail why Mali has decided to kick out the UN peacekeepers. They have also been there for years, like the French. And according to what Mali is saying, they are not making any progress. And like, what's the point of having these troops in your country if they cannot even do what they say they will do? If they cannot even handle what brought them there? It's better if they just go, right? So, let's get on with the article. The headline reads, why Mali is kicking out UN peacekeepers. That this is the reason why Mali thought that it would be best if UN peacekeepers just pull out. And before we continue, right, I want to stress out this point. I understand the security challenge we face in Africa, and I have mentioned that a lot, that I am not ignorant about this challenge. And I also understand that we need to step up. We need to do our part. We cannot keep relying on foreigners to defend our countries. We cannot keep on relying that France is always going to be there to protect us people. We have to step up and start fighting for ourselves and for the people we love. Mali needs to step up. When Mali is left to face the security challenge they have by themselves, they will come up with a solution to it. When the United Nations peacekeepers pull out of Mali, Mali is going to figure out a way to start dealing with these insurgency groups. It won't be an easy task, but it will be the job of Mali to handle the situation. That is the point I'm trying to make. So let's continue. The UN Security Council is set to vote on Friday to end a decade-long peacekeeping mission in Mali after the West African country's military junta abruptly asked their force to leave without delay. Here is a look at MINUSMA's operations in Mali and why they are expected to end come Saturday. The 13,000-strong mission was deployed by the Security Council in 2013 to support efforts to restore stability after Al-Qaeda-linked insurgencies and separatists took over part of the desert north in 2012. French forces initially forced the militants to retreat, but they bounced back. Violent attacks have persisted and spread into neighboring Niger and Burkina Faso, killing thousands and creating one of the world's fastest growing humanitarian crises. About 170 peacekeepers have died fighting, the most of any ongoing UN mission. MINUSMA has protected major cities, and its conflict mediation has helped cool ethnic dispute in royal areas. For Mali's under-equipped army, it has coordinated peace talks between rival armed groups in the north following a 2015 peace agreement known as the Algiers Accord, and was helping arrange elections scheduled for next year. But its operations have been hurdled by restrictions on air and ground movement imposed by Mali's junta since it teamed up with Russia private military contractor Wagner Group in 2021. Access to conflict zone or to investigate the sites of alleged rights abuses was repeatedly delayed or denied, the UN says. So according to this article, they are saying that MINUSMA was trying its best to bring peace to Niger, but they had a different approach to the way they were going about it. The Malian army or authority wanted MINUSMA to be head-on to attack and push them back with force, but the UN peacekeepers wanted a more peace dialogue approach. So that was the whole difference about the thing. And now Mali has asked MINUSMA to leave. I believe that When Mali realizes that there's no one to help them or there's no one to fight for them, Mali is going to figure out a way to solve this problem. I think that now is the time for the AU to play an active role in fighting this jihadist movement in the Sahel. United Nations was there for 10 years. I think it's enough, right? It's enough. If they haven't brought peace by now, then I think there's no point keeping them there. They should just go. But you guys out there, share your thoughts and opinions with us in the comment section below, because like always, we love hearing what you have to say. Is this move by the military junta in Mali asking the United Nations peacekeepers to leave a good thing or a bad one? By them moving out of Mali, will it create a more chaotic situation or not? Will there be any significant difference by them pulling out of Mali? Please let us know in the comment section below, because like always, we love hearing what you have to say. So thank you very much for doing just that. And like always, see you in the next one.